Just going to go ahead and babble again. I think the second most powerful tool that the narcissist holds in their tool bag is shame. You know what I'm speaking of, don't you? I'm willing to bet that each one of us, victims of narcissistic abuse, no matter how long it's been, no matter how long we've been in no contact, still feel an immense feeling of shame. All I can do is reach for my own history and try to identify it. I think the narcissist shames specifically children, but certainly spouses, loved ones, significant others. For a number of reasons. I think it makes them feel above it all, more powerful, better than you. I think it's done intentionally to watch your head bowed in shame, thus gaining that supply, that powerful enjoyment that they so much love. But I think we unjustly put a lot of shame on ourselves. I think because of what we were involved in, where we grew up, the element in which we grew up, the dynamic. In our family, if it was a marriage, I think that led to many of our own decisions that we're shameful of. But it's directly tied to narcissistic abuse. I think we may be ashamed of being sexually promiscuous. We may be ashamed of using drinking or drugging. I think we may be shameful of running away from an abusive environment. I can't tell you how many times I've run away in my early teens. And then being re-victimized. Being degraded that I was someone who couldn't be controlled when all I wanted was safety. I think you and I are carrying this amazing, deep shame for so long, and it's unjust. Who amongst us have not made errors in judgment? Who amongst us have not found different survival skills while living in such a hostile, sick environment? Who amongst us has not made mistakes that we're ashamed of? Who amongst us does not have a skeleton in their closet? I've made mistakes in my adulthood. That's part of life. But here it is. When we're abused, be it as a child or as an adult, we were taught shame. We were taught how to keep our heads bowed of that shameful act. And I think that just constantly transfers all the way through adulthood, that any mistake we make, whether it be at our own hand or not, we're shameful of. What I'm trying to communicate is everyone has those secrets. Everyone has those mistakes. Except you and I find it very difficult to let go of because we had shame instilled into us. Much like the fear was instilled into our DNA, shame is absolutely instilled into our DNA. Imagine, if you will, being told you're worthless daily, being told you were a sick little bastard, being told you were a little whore, wanting to do the right things, going out with your friends, and being called names creates shame. And I think we carry that into the mistakes or the error judgments or even things that we do correctly all through our adult life. And I think it's a burden that we don't have to carry. Try to think about this, please. Try to remember where the shame came from and realize that it's not really deserved. Try to look back and see how that was instilled into you. The reason why I'm talking like this, fear, shame, there's a couple others I'd like to do. But the reason why I'm talking about this is because these are the feelings that are holding us back from becoming healthy. This was the narcissist's plan, consciously or subconsciously. I don't care. All along. This is abuse. Every single person on this planet, the person next to you in the grocery store, a friend that calls you, the person filling your gas tank in your car, every single one of us have made mistakes and judgment errors, except we, as the victims of narcissistic personality disorder, take that to heart and don't let it go. You can let that go. You're human. I'm human. I'm giving myself a break. Realize where the shame originated from. Realize that every one of us make bad decisions throughout our lives. And that doesn't make you a bad person. Just realize where it came from originally. And let that shame go. Try to let the shame go. There's not a single one of us, not a single one, who hasn't made those bad judgments, bad decisions, no matter what stage of our lives. Everyone does it. Except we, as the victims, hold on to it so tightly. Know that you're not alone. Know that you deserve not to feel shameful for mistakes, but to learn from them and move on. It'll become healthier for you. Again, I just babble sometimes, but I know that you feel this if you are a victim of narcissistic personality disorder. I know that you feel shame, and I want to work through this together with you. I'm working through this, right? There's not a person out there who hasn't made these bad decisions. and we can let shame go. And that's one more step into getting healthier. I hope this made sense. You know I'm wishing you peace. Thank you.